This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sarah and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month, you gain access to not one, but two entire podcasts. $5 gets you Takeout, a monthly commentary track where Ben and I decide we don't feel like putting in the effort of like playing something. So instead, we just watch something and talk over it. And only $2 gets you That's Hell You're Walking Into, a series where, where we play the Fate Requiem event and we realize that it's actually spoiling the Fate Requiem light novels. Oops.
Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, it literally is. It was like a huge thing when it came out in JP, was that it spoiled a major plot point of the Fate Requiem light novels.
Well, also, were we ever gonna read the Fate Requiem light novel?
I don't know, but I feel bad for the author who wrote, because, like, apparently he didn't have any say over what was getting spoiled in the Fate Requiem event. So, like, he heard about it and was like, what? Which kind of sucks. So...
It's very Smash Bros. Core.
Yeah.
Of, like, spoiling the end of Mother 3 in the Masked Man's trophy description.
Yeah. So yeah, if that gives you a hint of what this is. That's How You're Walking Into is a monthly series where Ben asks me questions about Fate Stay Night, Fate Grand Order, and the extended Nasuverse, and I do my damnedest to answer them because it is a very complicated subject. Sometimes he accidentally asks me about Tsukihime, and I have to go, So if you think that sounds fun, head over to patreon.com/thegorge. Kick in however much you can, whether it's $2, $10, or $50. Don't give us $50. We appreciate all of it. It really helps. If you don't have any money, tell your friends about our Patreon and our podcast, which is nice. And yeah, thanks.
Yeah, if you can't donate, then just spread the word and get people to listen to us, because there's always a chance they might donate instead.
Correct.
And that would help out.
And in that way, you've indirectly donated to us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you to Palm of Power, Jeff B. Dratus, Steel Condor, Nihar Bot, Red Lantern Reviews, Holy Star 64, Patrick Perez, Roddy 1/2, Saturn, Alice Marks, Shia, Magus, Jack, Liam Lane, and that other one dude.
Thank you all very much. We appreciate every single one of you.
So yeah, it is time to talk about what we've been up to and what's happening to other people.
Cool.
So Sarah, what have you been doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All I've done is play Final Fantasy IV. Actually, that's not true. Saturn, our good friend Saturn, actually came to physically visit me, and we did a partial rewatch of. We got to episode 20 of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, and hey, that's still a good anime.
It's a pretty good anime, it turns out.
Still pretty good anime. It's actually really funny to like watch Fate Stay Night with somebody who doesn't really who has like Homestuck brainworms or ex-Homestuck or like ex-Homestuck brainworms, I suppose I should say. And then like myself, who was never a Homestuck ever. I literally read the first chapter or whatever of Homestuck, first part, and was like, this isn't for me. But it's very funny to be like, to watch it with someone like that, and they're like, I don't really know what's going on, but it definitely has Homestuck vibes. I'm like, I understand immediately and instantly. Yeah, it's fun.
It's always fun to see like what the Venn diagram of different series are that you would not think have Venn diagrams.
Yeah, I'm realizing that I feel like I really dodged a bullet with Homestuck, because it probably, when I was younger, it probably would have been my shit, and then I just would have been an even more annoying adult, so, you know, it's fine. But the Venn diagrams of Fate, Final Fantasy XIV, and Homestuck are just nearly a circle, frankly.
I think the thing with me with Homestuck is that I did manage to come out of it relatively unscathed because I didn't finish it.
Oh, that's how you do it, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped out before the ending hit, so like I never got that like closure. That chapter of my life never actually closed.
Well, so you're still technically a Homestuck forever until you finish it.
I mean, also, that music slaps, and it'll always slap.
That music's still good though, for sure. Like, Toby Fox works on some of that music, and as we all know, the man's a genius, so, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, other than that, I played too much Final Fantasy XIV. I promise the next time we do a roundup, I will have real video games to talk about, because I bought the Inscription, Loop Hero, and Death's Door bundle that was on Steam for like 24. Yeah, it was a very short-lived Steam. I posted about it in our Discord, which is why you should join our Discord. But it was all 3 of those games for like $24.
That's a good deal.
It was a steal. So I snagged all 3 of those. So the next time you see me in a roundup episode, I will have something different to talk about. I promise. I'm not going to fail all of you, because I really want to play Loop Hero and Inscription. So, what else? Is that it? I feel like there's something else, and I can't remember what it is. It might not be anything else. Oh no. Oh, Sarah, we're really in it now. Yeah. Ben, what have you got?
I got a bunch of stuff.
Oh, good. At least somebody is broadening their horizons.
Besides 14, obviously I'm in Endwalker, but we can't talk about it because we're doing Endwalker at the end of the month.
Please look forward to at the Endwalker episode, part 1. It's going to be a 2-parter.
It's going to be, yeah, for sure. But I did do some other stuff. And now is the time where Sarah can take her headphones out, because I'm going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, I am going to tell my dog, Diva, what are you chewing on? Diva, what have you got? All right, talk about Amazing Spider-Man, Ben.
So remember how I talked about, like, how Amazing Spider-Man ended, like, both of the current runs, like the Nick Spencer run and then the Beyond arc?
Yeah,
and how they both ended really, really, they ended really, really poorly. Mm-hmm. This new run is breaking new ground by starting off really bad.
Ooh, how unique.
Because the whole gimmick is that it opens with, like, Peter in, like, a blown out city, and he's, like, clutching something, and he's, like, screaming in despair, and it's like, what did Peter do? And then it cuts to 6 months later, and, like, his entire life has fallen apart again. And he's on the outs with Aunt May and Mary Jane again.
Okay,
and all his superhero friends are mad at him again.
I know exactly what this episode's title card is already, and I'm here to tell you. You know that one comic that's of the Crow doing stand-up? And
get better material.
Ooh, get better material.
Yeah.
That's the title card. I already got it.
Yep. But and so here's the thing, is that Nick Spencer's run in 2018 started off in a similar tone, because it was right after the Superior Spider-Man arc, and he's dealing with the fallout of all that, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, one of his papers that he submitted to, like, an academy is flagged for plagiarism because it was technically written by Doc Ock and not him.
Sure.
So the writing style gets flagged for plagiarism, so he kind of, like, loses his credibility in the science community. And he's on the outs with the superhero friends because Kingpin is mayor, and he's, in order to troll the fuck out of Spider-Man, set up billboards everywhere, with, like, him shaking hands with Spider-Man.
Okay.
Just because he could.
Yeah.
But, like, by the end of the first issue, like, he's kind of resolved those things. Like, he's got an internship with Kurt Connors, because, like, Kurt's like, I know this whole superhero, supervillain shit. I'll lend you a hand, buddy. Mm-hmm. And, like, he saves the day, and he makes up with the superhero buddies, and, like, everything's kind of like, all right, bad start, but we're gonna move on and see how things are going, right? Sure. And this is like, it's bad. His life is bad. Why is it bad? You'll have to find out.
Boo! Will you give it material?
Can we have, like, a hint as to what he did that was bad? No.
Well.
No, just it was bad. You'll find out later. And it's like, I don't want to wait 6 months to find out what happened. Because there's no emotional impact so far.
Because it's just the same shit that they're always doing, which is that Peter Parker's life sucks. Like,
it doesn't.
We know.
It doesn't work in like a monthly serial format to say a mystery and then not give us anything to sink our teeth into for 6 months.
Yeah.
You gotta give us something to go off of.
I'm sorry, Ben.
And
this is the pain of being a Western Comics fan.
And it was at, like, I read this issue and it ends with, like, Peter looking up at MJ's apartment and he's like debating whether or not he goes up to see her, and like he walks away, and then some dude walks into MJ's apartment he's like, yeah, just some guy, and he's like, are you ready to see them? And she's like, yeah, and then like her children walk in.
Okay.
Like she has 2 6-year-old kids.
Okay.
Which is, so there's 2 ways this can go, and guess what? Both of them are bad. Because there's the one way, which is it's a trick, it's an illusion, or there's time fucky happening, and they're not really her kids, and like they're ghosts or Mysterio illusion, which means this is for nothing, and nothing is accomplished, and nothing changes, and no one advances.
Status quo stays the same at the end.
Yeah. Or they are her kids, which means MJ's character is ruined because she cheated on Peter 6 years ago?
Yeah.
And, like, never told him about her secret children?
Which is also, you can't really have, like, as a man can have secret children, right? Like,
I mean,
you run off.
No, but yes.
I mean, like, okay, morally, a man.
He shouldn't.
Okay, all right, good point. Morally, a man should not have secret children. However, logistically, a man can have secret children. Like, a woman can't really have, like, secret children because it's like, hey, MJ, where'd you go for 9 months? Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, the other bullshit is that, you know what? This is the second time this has happened.
No! Man,
remember?
Every time you tell me about American comics.
Remember Sin's Past? Don't worry, Red Lantern Reviews will remind you of Sin Past.
No, I hate it here.
Every time. So they were like, Nick Spencer retcon Sin's Past, but we can't have Peter not be a cuck.
That's part of his character at this point. It's like, no, not like this.
It's like, actually, you can. You don't have to do this arc.
Please reconsider your decision.
So yeah, like, either way, this is bad for anyone who's a fan of this character in any way.
Right. Awesome.
And this is the point where I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just done.
Yeah, no,
I think I'm just
you.
done with 616 Spider-Man.
Until you hear that something gets better, then I don't blame you, frankly.
I mean, I was after one more day back in the mid-aughts, I was done with Amazing Spider-Man until 2018.
Right.
Until Dan Slott was off of it. That's when I was like, all right, I'll get back in it. And then it's like, oh, it's 4 years later and I'm out. Insomniac Spider-Man is the real canon Spider-Man now.
So Spider-Man continues to be bad and you're off of it again. I'm sorry.
Yep.
What else
this is why I'm just telling everyone, don't read 616. Find one-shots, find miniseries, find alternate universes. Read Ultimate Spider-Man. Just read it up until issue like 128, right before Ultimatum happens, and then you can stop, and it's good. It's the best Spider-Man has been.
Perfect.
What else did I do? I watched Turning Red.
Yay! You watched it finally. Isn't it great?
In doing my Kingdom Hearts research, I watched Turning Red.
Getting ready for Kingdom Hearts 4.
And then I got an article written about me for watching Turning Red.
I'm so proud. I was terrified because you did do a viral, and then you got an article written about you. And I was like, oh no, what has he done? I like attention, but this might be too much.
Oh, I muted that thread, so like I don't even see it anymore.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, no, Turning Red is cute, isn't it?
It's a really good movie. It was really fun.
Good movie. It's fun and cute and lively.
They so easily captured what it was like to be 13 years old in 2002.
To be the most awkward teenage girl in the entire... I don't know if we talked about it on the episode when I talked about me having watched Turning Red, but I watched Turning Red with my mom, which is... shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. But at the beginning of the movie, where it's just like May is like the most awkward little girl in the world, my mom literally is like, "Oh, Sarah, it's like when you were a little kid." I was like, "Mama." But she's right, of course.
I mean, that scene where the worst thing to ever happen, which is your parents discover your weird fan fiction or fan art.
Yeah, it would
nightmarish.
Make, nightmare, hell on earth. It happens. It always happens. You can't escape it. It's just like at some point in your life, your parents are gonna find out that you're just like a weird little that you are definitionally a weird little girl, and you're gonna be a weird little girl forever. As it turns out, oh no, Turning Red's a little too relatable.
all of her friends were like perfectly written.
Yes.
In those archetypes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Priya. Obviously not being allowed to dress like a goth because of like, her family or like money, who knows. But like she still really wants to be a goth. So she still like acts like a vampire and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh honey. I know, I had friends just like that too. It's okay. It's extremely relatable. I too was a teenage girl at around that time.
It's great. It was a absolutely delightful film.
It has such good, like, I don't know, the whole style is so cute and I mean it's so cute and different that, again, my mom, who is not like a big cartoon person, was like watching this just like, this is a really different art style for an American animated movie. And I was like, yeah, because it's so obviously drawing extremely heavily from Ghibli and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the late 90s, early aughts like anime vibe without like being done in anime art style.
Right. The extremely blatant Sailor Moon visual reference toward the end of the movie where they show, I suppose there's a Sky Needle in Toronto. I've never been to Toronto, I'm sorry. I guess there's a Sky Needle in Toronto, but they show the Sky Needle in Toronto with like the skyline with the extremely obvious Sailor Moon pastel color palette from the anime that they would use for establishing shots. I saw it, was just instantly, oh, I know what that is. I know what that reference is. So, yeah. But also though, when we talked about it last time, when I first watched it, am I not right that the roof running scene is like one of the most video gamey things you've ever seen in a movie?
I think I've said this on the podcast before. I know I've said it to you specifically, but like, this is the first time I've seen a double jump in something that's not a video game.
I know, and it's like the perfect expression of a double jump too. It's so cute. I was just watching that whole scene where she like runs away from the ceremony and is going to the concert. And she's like transforming, like popping in and out as she runs, and all I could think was like, it's so video gamey in an extremely cute way. Like, I'm really looking forward to Turning Red being a Kingdom Hearts 4 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I will play Kingdom Hearts 4 if that is the case. I'll have to play all of Kingdom Hearts before of that, but you know, that's neither here nor there right now.
Well, you know, you might not have to if certain plans I have go as smoothly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But no, really, really, really good kids movie. Very enjoyable. And speaking of kids movies, after watching the OVA, I kind of got on like a Sonic kick.
Oh, really?
So I was doing, because there was the recent the Gouda Gouda event rerun in FGO, and I'm like, I need something to watch while I'm grinding because I'm losing my mind here because I don't have an Android, so I can't run the robot.
Right.
So I'm like, what can I watch? You know what? I've been meaning to watch the Sonic movie.
Oh, okay.
So I put on the Sonic movie, and then very little grinding got done. Because it turns out the Sonic movie is really good.
Okay.
Oops. This movie somehow managed to be both a video game movie and a cartoon character goes to the real world movie.
Mm-hmm.
And not only pull it off, but excel at it.
Oh, good.
Like I was like honestly shocked at how completely enjoyable the whole thing was. And the key to it is that, get this, you won't believe what the answer to why the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was good is because Sonic the Hedgehog is in it for like 90% of the movie.
What?
There are very few shots where Sonic the Hedgehog is not on the screen.
I feel like, and this is a crazy notion. I might be totally off base, but this feels like a dig toward the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I might be wrong.
It's a dig towards that and towards a lot of other movies like it.
Yeah.
It's also a dig towards the Godzilla movies and like any of these movies where like a cartoon character is 3D and talking to Neil Patrick Harris or someone. You know?
Yeah.
Where it's like
some guy.
This movie could have been like the two like main humans, Tom and Maddie. Like this movie could have been they need to fix their marriage while Sonic and Jim Carrey do things in the background.
Right.
But instead it's a movie about Sonic the Hedgehog escaping from Dr. Robotnik. Crazy, I know.
Crazy, I know. Insane idea.
What a concept. Jim Carrey does a great job as Dr. Eggman, but that's obvious.
Oh yeah, no, he's perfect. He was born for the role, frankly.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is like a weird freak, but like, you know, he's good at starting a Robotnik.
The only negative thing I have about that movie is that he doesn't look like Eggman until like the post credits.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Like he's got like a full head of hair and he's got a mustache, but it's not like a big exaggerated one.
Sure.
But he does wear a red suit, and he does have, like, egg-shaped robots that chase after Sonic and shoot lasers and stuff.
That's what the sequel's for. It's fine.
Yeah. And, and so then, after watching that first one, I went and watched the second one. Mm-hmm. And guess what? It's better.
Surprise! It's also really good. Stunner.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it besides it's really fucking good. For exactly the same reason. It's about Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Shocker.
This feels like it shouldn't be hard. It feels like, yeah, you're calling the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. It should probably have a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog in it, and yet.
And I have to wonder if part of the reason these movies are so good is that the backlash against prototype Sonic was so high that it not only made them redesign Sonic, it made them look over that script a second time and be like, well, if we're already fixing the character model, we should probably also make sure the script is rock solid.
It probably wouldn't kill us to do a couple of reshoots and make sure the script is better and like make sure the movie isn't bad. Like make sure the movie is good instead of bad. I know, it's a crazy idea.
But yeah, no, I would definitely go watch Sonic 1, 2. Melissa liked them a lot. Actually. She's like, we're like talking about like plans we want to do this weekend, and she's like, I would honestly just be up to go watch Sonic again. I'm like, I would also be up to watch Sonic again.
You'll be so proud of me. I am probably going to see Multiverse of Madness.
Really?
I know it's extremely outside of my character. However, the other Sara in my life texted me and was like, listen, we both love Sam Raimi, and this movie is extremely fucking Sam Raimi. Go watch it. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah. That's what I have heard that it is deeply Sam Raimi.
Which is good. I love Sam Raimi, and so I will see a Marvel movie. I haven't seen a Marvel movie since
Guardians 2, right?
I think it was Guardians 2 was the last time I saw a Marvel movie. So, I am allotted a single bad piece of culture for the sake of discussing it with all of my friends. So
yes.
You're
probably going to see it before I do then.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to go this Friday, so there's a good chance I will see it before you, which is extremely funny. But, fine. I'll do anything for Sam Raimi, so it's fine. It's fine.
One final thing about Sonic 2. The trailers ahead of Sonic were dire.
Makes you realize how bad movies are right now, huh?
I don't know if some of these movies might end up being good later on, because I don't know. You can't judge a kid's movie trailer off of... You can't judge the movie off the trailer,
Sure, again, it's, Sonic the Hedgehog.
But, if anything, it's these trailers they're all the exact same over and over again.
Oh yeah, if you've seen one kid's movies trailer, you've seen them all, right? Yeah.
They're gonna do a wacky cartoon thing, and then a character's gonna recoil in awkwardness or say that happened,
right?
And then or the guy played by Samuel L. Jackson is going to sigh and facepalm.
Sure.
and that's every single trailer.
And there's a musical sequence toward the end with
in
a world where, so I understand. I watched the trailer for that new Puss in Boots movie, which does look good. I will say, animation
for that looks it
looks dope. However, that trailer is also cut like every single other kids movie trailers. So, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Although that also also bringing up kids movies, I really want to see The Bad Guys. I have not seen that yet. The one with the cartoon wolf?
I watched so someone put the opening first 2 minutes on Tumblr to be look at this incredible shot, because it's just a oneer for 2.5 minutes.
Oh really? Okay, just
like Quentin Tarantino style.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
If this is gonna be the movie, then yeah, I'm into this.
Sure.
I would love to see a kids movie version of Quentin Tarantino film.
The Gorge just becomes us watching just kids movies at some point. It's how did this happen to me? I gotta watch other things. I promise I also really want to watch everything everywhere all at once.
Yes.
So that's another thing I'll probably talk about the next time we get together, because I have the ability to see that movie, so I'm gonna take it.
But yeah, let's see what else. On my Sonic train, I also picked up Mania and Adventure 2 on Steam. Mania is really good. Mania, it's weird though, because so I'm not a Sonic expert, but I've played Sonic 2 and 3 enough times that I kind of know the layout of every level, and the idea behind the classic Sonic games is play them enough times to memorize your route, and then just do your route as fast as possible, right? So I've been doing that for 2 decades is my route. And Mania will have the throwback levels, and they'll start off the same and then change, and I'll be I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
That's the point. It's trying to shake things up.
The muscle memory doesn't kick in anymore, and I'm I gotta explore actually.
You have to explore and play the rest of the video game.
The modding scene for Sonic Mania is incredible, though.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, because Sonic Mania is made by fans, so obviously it would support fans modding it as well. But
there's mods that are here's just an entirely new set of levels, completely overhauled. Here's Amy. Here's Shadow. We're just adding characters to it with their own movesets and stuff.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, very cool, very fun game. I do not like the Chaos Emerald mini game. I would much prefer to get Blue Spheres again.
Oh, okay.
But this new one is it's like you're on like a race. It's like a 3D Sonic R type thing where you have to chase after like an UFO that's carrying the Chaos Emerald, and you have to get orbs to increase your speed and get rings to keep the timer from going down and timing you out.
Sure.
But it doesn't control very well. It's very slippery, and I don't like it.
Okay. Bad speed segment. I understand.
Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And then Sonic Adventure 2 is Sonic Adventure 2. I know that game like the back of my hand, and I was just like, I haven't played it in like 15 years. I want to play this again.
And it turns out you still just have it memorized.
It's just as goofy as I remember.
Great.
I got to the bit where though it's the part from the fan dub where Eggman's like, I miss my wife Tails.
What the fuck are you two talking about?
Like, you know what? Yeah, the whole piss on the moon thing is funny, but nothing hit me in the gut as hard as I miss my wife Tails.
Great.
God, but yeah, that's it. I did a bunch of Sonic stuff.
You did a bunch of Sonic. Cool. Anything else?
That is it.
Right on. Okay, so we'll go to news.
It's time for the news.
Ben, tell me a nude.
So here's the shot. Okay. Square Enix selling Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief in their studios as well.
I knew you were gonna
Here's the chaser. NFT market collapses just as Square Enix sells Tomb Raider to bet big on blockchain.
Oops. Yeah.
You know what's great about this is we'll finally get better Square Enix shows during E3 and stuff, because they can't show off their bad Western titles. Yeah, maybe somebody will finally be allowed to make a Deus Ex. We won't have the Western dev trap to fall in.
Square Enix will just be forced to show good video games at E3 or whatever is going to replace E3, the fucking Summer Games Fest, I guess. But yeah, no. I consider this one a win-win. Those stupid assholes spent $200 million. So whoever bought the company, the holdings company, or whoever that bought the IDOS properties, got them for a song. $200 million is nothing for those properties. Are you kidding me?
That's
goofy. Goofy to have sold. Now, this includes selling the actual. This includes the actual studios themselves. So this includes IDOS Montreal.
Yeah. This is Crystal Dynamics, IDOS Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal. The quote from the article: "The studios Crystal Dynamics, IDOS Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal. The latter of which will presumably be in for a name change, numbering at around 1,100 employees worldwide."
Good lord.
The catalog of IPs owned and or worked on by those studios, including Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and the continued sales and operation of the studio's more than 50 back catalog games.
Wow. That is a song. That's nothing for that much stuff. I mean, Tomb Raider alone is is worth $200 million. I hope all I can hope is that Square Enix sold all that shit and got 200 mil, but hadn't actually put the money into NFTs and shit now, so they just have 200 mil. God, I hope.
we can hope. Yeah, we can only hope.
Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to my Final Fantasy XIV sub going up in price.
Because it was a day after that article went up. That's the NFT market has just plummeted into the ground.
Everyone say thank you, Dan Olsen.
Thank you, Dan Olsen. You did it again.
You did it. I don't think that. Again, I continue to say I don't actually think Dan Olsen killed the NFT market, but I do think Dan Olsen killed the NFT market. If you know what I mean.
I think he helped.
He helped. So yeah, extremely funny all around. I hope this means that somebody will make a fucking Legacy of Kain game and a good Thief game and a good Deus Ex game. Maybe somebody will make that third Deus Ex game.
Maybe
finally.
we'll finally get Deus Ex 3. I don't know.
Please. I'm dying.
I am just excited to never have to see a Square Enix Montreal game at a Square Enix conference ever again.
Correct. I'm really looking forward to like watching a Square Enix presser and seeing their logo and be like, oh, and never have to go, oh, when it's like followed up by Montreal ever again.
Right. The dream of never having to see Just Cause sandwiched between Final Fantasy 16 and Kingdom Hearts 4.
We did it, folks. We're out of hell. I can go back to ignoring most of those properties. Thank God.
I can't think of a bigger disparity in quality between Square Enix's Japanese output and their Western output.
And it's tragic because for a while their Western output was good, but because like Square Enix is dog shit at managing their Western studio, like because like the first Tomb Raider remake or reboot was good, and Human Revolution is a good video game, and the Hitman game is a good video game. All these things. I know that IO got out early, but they were still also cartoonishly mismanaged by Square Enix for a while there. Those are all good games, and at every single turn, Square Enix was just like, what if we just fucked it up? What if we just made it worse? On purpose as a joke. And the answer is that everybody eventually got tired of Square Enix's Western studios, so I'm glad for this. They're clearly having success with like their own in-house small games, like Voice of Cards and all of these smaller JRPGs. They're putting Triangle Strategy and stuff like that. They're all doing extremely well. So it's like, oh, okay, well, we should probably just stay in-house. So I hope they were like, yeah, we're going to spend this money on NFTs, and then didn't spend the money on NFTs. And we're like, oh, fuck. But who knows? Who knows?
I like... On the one hand, it's good we don't have to see another Tomb Raider from them. But on the other hand, maybe we'll see a good Tomb Raider again.
Oh god, maybe we'll finally get another good Tomb Raider game. I'm really looking forward to that.
It's this weird thing of like Tomb Raider's in a weird state of being both a good sell and a good purchase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because you're like they're offloading this bad game they don't want, and someone else is now getting this good game they do want.
They have this good property that they can do something with. Yeah. It's fine. Maybe she'll actually be the Tomb Raider this time.
Maybe she'll finally be the Tomb Raider.
She's become the Tomb Raider, so now we don't have to have Rise of the beginning of the
Rise of
the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider Origins Revolution.
Resurrection.
Brotherhood.
Oh god. Alright, what else we got?
Overwatch 2 has lost 99% of its Twitch audience in a week.
Oh, Schadenfreude.
Not even your new hot character can save you this time.
It's really funny, by the way. Like, it really is like clockwork. At this point, like, there's no self-awareness of anyone nobody at Activision Blizzard or at Blizzard in general has any degree of self-awareness, because this new character gets announced, and it's finally a black woman in Overwatch, right? But like clockwork, they put it out, or they put her announcement trailer out because somebody reported on the fact that like Gavin Newsom is going to bat for ActiBliz, so the Microsoft merger will go through. And 30 minutes after that story broke, it's like, here's the new Overwatch character. Like, please
play
Overwatch
at what point,
2. No.
At what point do they do the... God, which one was it? Which one was where, like, on the official subreddit, like, I think it was... Which one was Cliffy B's?
Oh, Cliffy B's was Battleborn. No.
Battleborn.
No, that was Randy Pitchford.
Okay, so yeah, it's Pitchford. Battleborn was the one where the official subreddit was like, here's like 500 gigs of Battleborn porn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at some point Overwatch is just going to start like actively promoting the Overwatch porn SFM scene.
Yeah.
It is very funny. I was cracking up at people on Twitter who saw Tracer's model in Overwatch 2, which is the exact same model as Tracer's model in Overwatch 1. There are no changes except that she's like wearing a slightly different costume. And it's not even that different. And everyone's like, oh, they made her flatter now. And it's like, bro, the only reason you think that Tracer has an ass is because you've watched way too much Overwatch SFM porn. Calm down. The girl never had an ass.
Which, to be fair, in terms of like Tracer appearances, she's been in more porn than she has official Overwatch media.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous at this point. So, you know, you're really telling on yourself if you think that Tracer has a fat ass for some reason. Like that alone will make a lot of people go like, why do you think that, bro? So yeah, no, Overwatch 2's beta player base dropped by 99% because nobody was getting free keys and they realized, oh, it's the same game, and that same game is like, no one cares about that game anymore, you know? Whoops.
It's just the fucking gif of the scene from Expiration Date with Soldier. We are not going to die. We are going to live forever. TF2 wins by doing nothing.
Oh, TF2 continues, just putts along on in the background, breaking rocks open with its own skull, and it's still
I think my favorite thing regarding Overwatch versus TF2 I've ever seen was that someone posted, like, Winston doesn't deserve to be in Overwatch. They should just put him in TF2.
Yeah, I totally agree. Winston should be a TF2 character. Fuck you.
He's too good for Overwatch. Or the one where it was like every Overwatch character is bad and like a Winston role player was like, even me? And the response was like, I'm so sorry, Winston. I honestly forgot you were an Overwatch character. You're like a brother to me.
Oh god, no! There's more character and charm in a single Meet the Short, even the small ones, than in anything in an Overwatch. Anything, frankly.
Every single Overwatch video combined has less charm than
Meet the Soldier.
Than the first line of Meet the Heavy.
You're right.
Like, I am heavy weapons guy, and this is my weapon.
Yeah.
There's more charm and endearing in that than every single Overwatch video.
Oh, it's incredible, honestly. Oh, God.
Speaking of Blizzard...
Oh, no!
New York City sues Activision, targeting CEO Bobby Kotick.
So this is an interesting one because...
The entire city?
The entire city of New York banded together and filed a class action lawsuit against Bobby Kotick. No, it's the city government of the city of New York. But still, that is very funny. Because it has to do with it has to do with the merger and pensions and how people's pensions are going to get fucked and stuff like that. So I think this one's very funny. If anything could keep the merger from going through, this might be it, because don't fuck with people's pensions.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I hope it happens. I think it would be extremely funny if after all of this hemming and hawing and you know, hand wringing and trying to make it work and devaluing the stock and golden parachutes and all that shit, if the ActiBliz merger with Microsoft just doesn't go through, like if it just gets shut down and Microsoft's like, fuck it, this is too much of a headache. That
would be the ultimate conclusion to this story.
That would be so funny. I go to bed every night praying that's what's going to happen.
I just want to picture the look on Bobby Kotick's face when some with 4 or 5 people in suits from Microsoft just go, we changed our minds.
This is so much work. Merging with this company is just so much work. We've decided to not.
Here's a quote from the suit, too, by the way. Quote, given Kotick's personal responsibility and liability for Activision's broken workplace, it should have been clear to the board that he was unfit to negotiate a sale of the company. But it wasn't.
So good. I like it whenever legal filings get kind of saucy.
Right?
Because it's usually so cut and dry, but this one is very just like, no, fuck Bobby Kotick and the horse he rode in on. Fuck that guy.
So, here, this article actually does have a very convenient list of all the lawsuits that have been filed since the merger was announced.
All right, hit me.
1 federal harassment suit settled through facing appeals, 1 discrimination suit from California, 1 purported class action suit, 4 shareholder lawsuits consolidated into 2,
okay.
8 lawsuits over the Microsoft merger, 4 voluntarily dismissed, 2 220 complaints, including the one from New York City, plus an SEC investigation and insider trading inquiries from the SEC and Department of Justice.
Nice. You love to see it, folks. Now, of course, the California one is the one that, like I brought up earlier, is Gavin Newsom colluding with ActiBliz to try and basically make the whole discrimination case go away.
Right.
Because fuck Gavin Newsom, that piece of shit. I hope he fucking redacted in Minecraft redacted. But, you know, it is funny that there are still that many more lawsuits ongoing vis-a-vis ActiBliz and the Microsoft merger. I like that.
There have to be talks of just at Microsoft just going, we need to stop. We need to get out right now.
We can bail, right? Like we can just someone is sending the fucking somebody at the Microsoft, because they don't use Slack at Microsoft. They have to use Teams because it's a Microsoft product.
Right.
So somebody in the fucking Teams chat is just sending to ShareZone, right? Like
right.
You can just leave, hit the bricks.
Like there's got to be someone looking through all of these documents and being like, we gotta go. This is not.
We have to go, right?
They lost 99% of their player base.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Like, there has to be someone going like, we're not getting Overwatch, are we?
They're not getting Overwatch. To me, like the thing is though, like unless Microsoft has some really crazy plans to monetize, which fuck, they could. It's Microsoft and it's the AAA gaming scene, and I'm selling my PS5 so I can just switch entirely over to my PC if anybody wants to buy one off of me. But unless they have really crazy plans to monetize, $70 billion is a lot of money. And I don't think I know that ActiBliz's properties make a lot of money, but I don't think any of them have made that much money. Like, I know Call of Duty is big, but I don't think it's $70 billion. I might be wrong. Maybe I don't know numbers.
No, I don't think any single franchise can say they're that big.
And there's really not anything else at Activision Blizzard that is big enough to justify a $70 billion price tag. Right?
You know, they just announced their new WoW expansion to a single rusty trumpet.
Yeah, to mostly people dunking on them for trying to be Final Fantasy XIV now.
To mostly people looking at that and then looking back to 14 that they were already playing.
That they've been playing nonstop since December 31st.
They're just like,
getting very specific.
Didn't we spray for WoW? I thought we got rid of all the WoW.
Mom, the WoW's getting back in. You gotta call the exterminator again. Gotta
like
go
there has to be at some point. Yeah. There's got to be at some point where Microsoft just has to go, this isn't worth it.
I don't know.
Like, maybe even if they can like save the franchises, like they're gonna have to do a lot of digging to make people, because like even without all the lawsuits, people just don't care about Overwatch anymore.
Maybe they think they can just polish this turd somehow. They think this time it will be different.
They can polish 99% of the turd.
Maybe, I don't know. Oh god. Oh god, it's all such a mess.
It's just the fucking Homer bit with the roast pig.
Yeah.
It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good.
It's still good. No, it's not. It's still good. Oh god. Oh, what else?
Next, Daniel Radcliffe is clearly having the time of his life in the Weird Al movie. Did you watch this trailer?
I did not.
It's so the question people had was like, is this going to be like an actual like what's the percentage of spoof to like actual like
Biopic?
You know a biopic of Weird Al Yankovic's life?
Right.
And the answer is 90 to 10.
Great. I love to hear that.
There's a bit where Daniel Radcliffe tears his shirt off and he's just like fucking shredded in a way that Weird Al has never been in his life ever.
Great. Thank you.
Like it's all gonna be a huge spoof on biopics.
Okay, cool.
Which
that makes
is
sense.
what you want.
It's got Daniel Radcliffe. You know what? I shouldn't be surprised by that at all. No.
Yeah.
Considering Daniel Radcliffe's other notable movie other than Harry Potter is Swiss Army Man, a movie where Daniel Radcliffe hangs out with a farting corpse for like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. So, you know, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this. Like, yeah, there's a bit in the trailer where he's like on stage shirtless chugging a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Cool. Okay.
Weird Al Yankovic, you know, famous health nut vegan that he is.
Yeah, totally
would
up there.
Definitely do that.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very excited to watch that. That'll be hilarious. Save Room is a Resident Evil 4 style inventory Tetris puzzler.
We finally have one, folks. We finally have Attaché Case Simulator 2022.
We have it. It's finally here.
Now put it on my phone, and you'll make so much money.
It is under $2 on Steam right now. Great. So go pick up Save Room Organization Puzzle.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, the screenshot of it is like, it's just the RE4 inventory screen without Leon obviously being there.
Sure, of course.
But they've got a little like green heart monitor HUD to like indicate your health. You have like shotguns and potions and eggs. And
it's literally just a puzzle game where you're coordinating your inventory. Incredible. Perfect.
Yep. Summer Game Fest.
Okay.
So it's coming.
It's happening.
June 2022.
June 2022. It's just around the corner.
So if you click on the link to summergamefest.com, there's a little animatic that plays where like the date appears. And the first letter that shows up in June 2022 is a big old E.
Oh.
And then it stretches out to form June 2022.
Hold on, I'm clicking it right now. Go to Summer Games Fest. Oh yeah, I see that.
So Jeff Keighley is
He's
just
aware.
This is the new E3.
It's a really long E. Like if you took 3 E's and lined them up side by side, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
No, something like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, this is the new E3. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So there's just like, you know, the site is going to be adding more and more as time goes on. Right now, there's only the initial show on June 9th. There's a Tribeca Game Spotlight on June 10th and Xbox plus Bethesda on June 12th. So hopefully this means they're just going to condense it into like just one, maybe like an extended weekend in June.
Maybe like 3 to 5 days at maximum. 5 days at maximum.
So
please?
Yeah, June 9th is a Thursday and then June 12th is a Sunday. So like that's a good range of dates.
And ostensibly a Sony show and a Nintendo show will happen somewhere around the same time like usual. So
please don't extend it months.
Please not.
I can't
the
do it
whole
again.
Month of June. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of willpower.
Just one weekend, please.
Or I'll take a week. I'll take like a full week of shit, right? Like that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but at least it'll all be condensed into 1 week and we'll just have one 5-hour long episode. It's fine.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
perfect.
That's it, please.
Just not this. Not this every week drip feed thing again. I can't do it.
Not like this.
I am.
Like this.
I am looking forward again to Square Enix having a good show.
Maybe they'll have a normal show finally.
Maybe we'll finally see FF16 because they won't have anything else to put up.
Now they did say that they have a trailer ready, so 16 is probably going to be at Summer Games Fest. Like,
I would hope so.
Or somewhere in that general vicinity. So I really hope so, because that's what they said in an interview, was that the game is not mostly done, but like playable from start to finish, which is two kind of different things, right? But they said the game is playable from start to finish, and they have a trailer to show. They're just waiting for like the right time to show it. So it's like, okay, you need it now. Thank you.
I believe you.
I believe you, Yoshi P. But you have to give it to me to make me believe you more.
Maybe we'll finally see that RE8 DLC.
No, that RE8 DLC does not exist.
Remember when they announced that?
That RE8 DLC is vaporware. They have not talked about RE8 at all since that E3. That shit's dead, son.
That shit was like between the couch cushions, and they just like desperately needed something to talk about at E3.
Oh god.
Are we working on RE8 DLC? We are now.
Just tell them something. We have to fill this time block. Okay. Sure.
Tell them we're announcing Isekai'd and Saiban. We already put that out. Oh shit.
Well, I'm all out of ideas. Oh god. Did you see that Isekai'd and Saiban / Great Ace Attorney Chronicles moved 500,000 copies?
Good for them.
So that's a lot.
That's
a lot.
That's pretty good for an Ace Attorney.
So you know what that means?
It's time to
make a third one. Make a third Great Ace Attorney, please.
It's time to make more Ace Attorney games. Please.
It's time to make a new Ace Attorney game. Capcom, I'm dying.
It's been 700 years.
I'm wilting. Please. Oh god, it's been has it been since 2016?
I think because it was on the 3DS.
Yeah.
So it had to have been around that time.
Oh god, kill me.
Because it was one of our first episodes about it. So yeah.
Spirit of Justice is one of our earliest episodes. Yeah. Now that being said, I don't want another Ace Attorney game. I'm sorry, I'm over those. You don't know what you're doing with that overarching plot, so I don't care anymore. I will take a third Great Ace Attorney game. However,
yes.
I do intensely care about all of those freaks. So I do need one more of those. Just one more, please. I'll be fine after that. I won't definitely be like a freak scratching away on the street corner. Like, y'all got the Ace Attorney? It's fine.
We'll see. Maybe Capcom will announce it.
No, they won't. We live in hell.
But they might.
But they might, though, I guess. Maybe. They announced Devil May Cry 5. I suppose any fucking thing can happen.
I want a Great Ace Attorney 3 trailer that hypes us up as much as the DMC 5 trailer hypes us up.
Yeah. Just shows the court record and we're all like, oh! The same as like when Nero revved his fucking sword in that one DMC 5 trailer. Exact same feeling. Please. Alright,
next, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time leads 2022's World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees.
Oh, well, I'm surprised it wasn't there sooner, but okay.
Also added this year, Miss Pac-Man, Dance Dance Revolution, and Sid Meier's Civilization.
Nice.
Yeah, cool stuff.
So, guys, Ocarina of Time, only now just getting in there is very funny, but I suppose somebody, I'm sure somebody was looking at the list of like shit they had in there, and someone was like, hey, did we forget something? Someone just yanks their head up from their computer and goes, Ocarina of Time. Oh, fuck.
The list of nominees included Assassin's Creed, Candy Crush Saga, Minesweeper, NBA Jam, Parappa the Rappa, Resident Evil, Rogue, and Words with Friends.
Yeah. On a purely logistical level, logistical is something different. I get it, because it's like a thing that made a lot of people play video games. However,
if you're
in my heart, I know that is wrong. There's no way.
Look. People who play mobile games can be gamers too.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
That's fine. But I don't think Candy Crush Saga and Words with Friends are in the same category as
Resident Evil.
As Ocarina of Time and Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, no.
No. Like, yeah, okay, you're in the same category, but you're not at the same table.
Not even in the same universe. I'm not. They're not at the same table. They're not even in the same restaurant. Okay.
Like, Words with Friends doesn't get to stand next to Halo.
No.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
let's just be real.
Like, calm down a little.
Ugh.
Next.
This is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh no.
Babylon's Fall dropped to just one concurrent player on PC.
Stop! It's already dead!
Why? Hello? Is anyone there? Why, I'm the last Babylon's Fall player left! Finally! It's all mine! And then he drops his controller. No! It's not fair! There was time now!
What a disaster!
What do you do when your game is this new and you're down to one player? Right? Like, it's not like we're closing the servers. This game has been around for 15 years and we finally got to pack it up, guys. There's just not enough of you to stick around to keep it open, you know?
Sure.
We gotta close the arcade because it's just not drawing in the business anymore, right?
Yeah, nobody carries quarters anymore, guys.
It sucks, but it's gotta go. What do you do when your business opens and then it's down to one customer in like 3 months?
Ostensibly, you do what Anthem. I already forgot his name. You do what Anthem did, where you pretend you're gonna do a big Final Fantasy 14 / No Man's Sky overhaul, and then you just don't. You just go like, okay, never mind. We're gonna pack that one in, folks. Fuck it. We really screwed the pooch on this one, guys. You know?
just imagining the timeline where like they do their big FF14 thing,
and it's still just that one guy.
Bahamut just destroys the game and then it's over.
Yeah, they drop a moon on Babylon's Fall, and then the game is just like the end. It's like, wait, I thought there was supposed to be a Realm Reborn. No, fuck this, we out. Bye, suckers. Oh, okay.
It's just the gif of Alphino and Alisae's grandpa like smiling as the light consumes him, but then it's not a looping gif, it just ends.
It just ends. It's just white, yeah. Just oblivion. Oh, okay. Great. Oh yeah. No, I follow that one guy is on Twitter and happily advertises himself as the last Babylon's Fall player on PC.
Well, what's gonna happen to this poor guy is he's gonna get Isekai'd into Babylon's Fall.
Oh, and then you're just gonna have that's a worse way to go probably than anything I could think of, because like, oh man, your textures got all murky. If you had dark skin, you're green now. Sorry. That's fucked up. Imagine getting isekai'd into Babylon's Fall. You just kill yourself immediately, right?
There's our title card. Get Isekai'd into Babylon's Fall.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
God. I don't know. This is one of those things. What's a sadder thing for you to hear? Is it one concurrent player, or this quote here, according to the same data, the online brawler failed to attract more than 77 concurrent players at any point this week?
Oh.
What
also
would make you
sad.
sadder to hear about a game? Like, if you didn't know it was Babylon's Fall, what would make you sadder to hear about a video game?
That it only has one player, or that it only had 77 players?
That it could not get more than 77 through a week.
Ooh. I think it's the 77, because my argument for the one player, right, is that, like, yeah, it's only the one guy, but that's gotta be a dedicated guy, right? So that means that, like, one person out there kind of likes your shitty video game, right? Maybe.
Yeah?
But, like, 70, you can't get more than 77. That just means you have a lot of people who, like, signed in and were like, this is dog shit, actually, and then just signed out. You know? That's tragic.
I gotta agree, and, like, the audacity, like, the absurdity of one player helps temper, like, the sadness, because it's almost impressive.
It is almost impressive that they managed to hang on to that one guy. I don't think that one guy likes the game, mind you, but he is still playing it.
It's like you would almost, like, if you're hosting like a convention panel, you would almost rather have like 5 guests, like 5 people in the audience than like 20.
Sure.
You know,
because at least those 5 people are paying attention.
Yeah, they're gonna, you know, you can get them up front and you can kind of have like a cool, like, one-on-one conversation with them.
Right.
But, like, when you have like 20 people in a room that seats like 300,
yeah, you can't.
That
talk
just
to
feels
all
sad.
People. That's just sad, because they're all invariably going to be kind of scattered, so you can't really maintain eye contact with any of them. Yeah, no, that's worse, 100%.
Next, the 24-karat gold Nintendo Wii is finally up for sale.
Excuse me?
Quote, the gold-plated Wii, once destined for Queen Elizabeth II, is now destined for a shelf instead.
That bitch is dead!
Quote,
that bitch is dead! I knew it!
In 2009, THQ pulled a publicity stunt by covering a Nintendo Wii in 24-karat gold and trying to get it delivered to Queen Elizabeth II. Her Majesty never actually got her hands on the console, but now after a year of auction hijinks, you might be able to.
So this bitch has been dead since 2009. I knew it. Lich Queen.
The idea of giving the Queen a Wii is somehow more audacious than giving the Pope Undertale.
Yeah, because the Pope, giving the Pope Undertale. Okay, fine. You gave the Pope, I assume, like a USB stick with Undertale on it. That's fine. The Pope owns a PC. He could plug that in and play that. Sure. That's reasonable. It's just clicking away at, WASD on your keyboard. Do you really think the Queen of England does waggle? Do you really think the Queen is going to waggle? No. She's not.
The Queen is not going to...
One, the Queen is a corpse. 2, the Queen cannot play Wii Sports Bowling. I'm sorry.
She would swing a Wiimote and then her arm would just fall off.
Just pop right off.
Like a Barbie doll. God forbid not having the strap, her entire shoulder is going to get launched into the TV.
She just reduces her ankles to dust with like a single bowling motion. No, we cannot be having the Queen. No.
Imagine going 3 rounds with the Queen of England in Wii boxing. The force of the me on the TV would knock her on her ass.
Yeah, absolutely. She is ancient. She is approximately 700 billion years old. So I don't know. Like, do you think if you showed the Queen, like, I don't know, like a like a train coming at her in a movie theater, do you think she would think the train would like come through the TV and was like, or the theater screen and was like gonna run her over, right?
Oh, if you got the queen to actually sit down and play a Wii game, and you told her like if you swing this gold bar, the person on the screen does the same thing, she would be like, we used to burn witches at the stake for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I was a little girl, I killed a woman for this.
Yeah, no, she's like, oh, you mean this runs on a computer? Why, we killed that one queer fellow for that. And it's like, oh, Your Majesty, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Alan Turing anymore, sweetheart.
The Japanese made this. Have we conquered them yet?
Oh, pip pip cheerio.
Do we own them? No, Your Majesty, you don't own anyone. Yes, I do. I'm the Queen of England.
Well, ma'am, the Empire is not much, and then she just drops dead. And it's like, oh, thank God, we're free. Oh, God.
Also, how do you pitch this to someone like this? Nintendo Wii was almost owned by the Queen of England.
Yeah, the problem is that like it's a Nintendo Wii. Like if it was a gold-plated Switch, well, then you have some like quality to play. But you got a Wii instead. You know, that whole generation was just like really ugly and murky. You know, like you have a, you know, and gold.
It doesn't.
And gold like melts really easily. So I don't know. I feel like covering a system in gold is just not a good idea. You know.
I mean, you can cover a Wii in like gold foil. You know, like.
Yeah,
if
I
it didn't actually
get it, some crafts from Hobby Lobby, but I don't think that's what they're talking about here.
If it didn't actually get into the Queen's hands, then what should we care?
Well, I guess the novelty of owning a solid, but it's not solid gold.
It's not solid. It's covered in 24 karat gold.
That's bullshit. Never mind.
It's like yeah.
I want a solid gold Wii. I would spend money on like a Wii that they cast the casing in gold, like pure fucking gold. That's actually worth something. But gold-plated? Gold? No. That's not worth dick. No, I'm sorry.
Hell, man, you can get a copy of Legend of Zelda, and that shit's gold-plated.
That shit's worth way more, too. And way more useful to you. Oh, God, what else?
Unreleased version of the infamous Duke Nukem Forever seemingly leaks. We got our hands on the 2001 build. Duke Nukem Forever.
He pees out of his forehead.
He does. He pees out of his forehead in this one.
That's how I post on Twitter.
God.
Just piss coming directly from my forehead. And that's why my Twitter is like that. You should follow me on Twitter. And you too can be driven categorically insane by politics and Xenosia Galvas. Don't worry about it. The point is that this is an extremely rough build.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like, it's hardly playable. Like it's very janky. It's a miracle they got it working at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no way, like, it's not like we found, like, the secret version of the 2001 game that was, like, finished and never got released.
We found the secret version of the finished version of DNF. That's actually good, you guys. We did it. We found a good version of Duke Nukem Forever. No, there was never a good version of Duke Nukem Forever. I'm so sorry.
It's just a 2001 shooter, and it's not done. But, I mean, it's a pretty big piece of history to be like, oh, look at that. There it is.
You can point out and say that, see, they weren't just fucking around for 14 years. They actually did try to make something.
They did do work.
And unfortunately, they made Duke Nukem Forever. Whoops.
I still think if you can get him out of Randy Pitchford's grubby, greasy hands...
You could make a new Duke Nukem game and it would be good. You would have to wash all the grease off of him first, but it is possible.
If you can save him from Randy Pitchford's clutches, you can bring back Duke. You can again bet on Duke.
I don't know. If I ever found myself in Randy Pitchford's clutches, I wouldn't want to be saved. I would want you to take me out back and put me down like old Yeller. You know what I mean? I'll never be
Yeah.
queen again. Just put no, just put me out of my misery.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll actually get a Duke Nukem game again. It could happen. One day he'll get to join Doom Guy and PJ Blazkowicz in
good video game Valhalla.
Yeah.
Maybe something nice will happen. Why the fuck would anything nice ever happen ever?
Just Duke's like riding off like, one day I will join you, brothers.
Doom Guy and BJ are like, who are you again? Aww.
They're like reaching across the gap for him, like to grab his hand.
That's like that bit.
And Randy Pitchford pulling him back.
Yanking him back down into bad video game hell. Man, really,
Give us back.
Fuck Randy. He's just sitting on that IP and not fucking doing anything with it because he can, because he's that big a piece of shit. And I hate Randy Pitchford. I'm running out of people to tell fuck off at the end of every episode, because I've already said fuck Bobby Kotick and I've already said fuck Randy Pitchford, so I'm running out of ideas, folks.
I mean, we can always just recycle Cliffy B.
That's true.
We can just go through the three of them constantly.
That is true. Also, fuck Cliffy B. He's not really important this episode, but like that guy's also a huge piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck him, because I keep getting his bullshit mixed up with Randy Pitchford's bullshit, and I can't tell them apart.
They're kind of the same guy, though, right? Like they're extremely like Randy is way greasier, but Cliffy B, I was gonna say, might be more obnoxious. That's not true. I think I might hate Randy Pitchford the most of any single individual in the industry, other than Bobby Kotick, of course. But that's because Bobby Kotick has like actually killed people, allegedly.
If you stab Bobby Kotick with the Yamato, Randy Pitchford and Cliffy B fall out.
Yeah, that actually is true. Oh god, you do a fusion ha and you get Bobby Kotick. Horrible. I don't like it.
Speaking of things I don't like.
Oh no.
One more article for the day. Gotham Knights devs dropped new 13-minute gameplay video, scrap last gen versions.
I saw some of this.
I go to sleep immediately. I see a gear menu where you have to assign gear to your character to update their stats, and then I get very sleepy and my vision blurs.
I go to sleepy. I put on my PJs. I drink my warm milky. I go to sleep because that's what Gotham Knights makes me feel. Yeah. All those costume designs are dog shit too. Did you see those?
Did you see the Batman Beyond ones?
Yes. Oh.
Hideous.
Wretched.
Disgusting, actually.
The cool, the appealing thing about the Batman Beyond suit is that it's just like a slab of black with some red highlights, and it's like, ooh, that's very cool and eye-catching, because it's so simple in comparison to the traditional Batman outfit.
Yeah.
What if we overcomplicated the fuck out of it and instead made it the ugliest thing you've ever seen? No, more lines.
What if we filled it with lines and veins?
It's horrible. Like, you've done it. You've missed the point entirely. No, this game is either going to flop catastrophically, or it's going to sell like 70 billion units. There's no middle ground here.
Well, no, they announced that your co-op can only support 2 players.
But there's 4 characters.
Yeah.
But there's 4... No, Ben, no, you don't understand. But there's 4 characters.
Yeah.
But... but there are 4 playable characters.
Yes. Only 2. Only 2 can play at the same time.
But there's 4. Okay.
Just you and your buddy. You and your friend.
Only one. Okay. Only one buddy.
Yeah.
Despite 4. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Did you see Jason Todd without his mask on?
No. Is it bad?
He looks like, speaking of Duke Nukem, he looks like a 7th Genman.
That makes sense. That's tragic.
It is, who is it bad? Hold on, I'm gonna send you a picture of it, because
Please do.
It's,
Oh my god. What did they do? What's wrong with his hair? What did they do to him? Oh, Jason, not like this.
Bad enough he has to die. Now you're gonna do this to him?
They made him... Why is he so wide?
He's not that wide in the game. It's the weirdest thing.
That's really weird. Yeah, does he just like compress down into his bat suit or something?
Well,
he wears
he wears that super tight Batman Beyond suit, and it just compresses his shoulders in.
Just shrinks him down. Yeah, this is extremely bad looking. Okay.
They also made Dick Grayson ugly, which is like an even bigger sin.
Oh no, what have they done?
How are you going to make Dick Grayson ugly?
The whole point of his character is that he's stupid and hot. Like, he is equality in comics because he's just a dumb hot guy with a fat ass, and that's like what a big part of his character is. He doesn't have any deep thoughts other than having a big fat ass, you know? It's equality, you know?
Yeah. But
okay.
Like,
see, this is what happens when you don't let any women make your video game. And I know that's like it's a little girl bossy, but hear me out, right? Either a gay man or a straight or bisexual woman, anybody like that would look at this and go, "No, you did it wrong. Go back. They're supposed to be hot. You don't understand." This is just like Batman. Like, Batmen are just like dudes, right? And it's like, no, my friend, they are not just dudes. They are hot dudes.
You
Go
have to
back.
Everyone in the Bat fam is extremely hot except for Damien, because he's 10.
Because he's a child, exactly. But the rest of them are supposed to be hot. That's the whole purpose, is that it's just a bunch of, like, weird, hot lunatics living in a mansion on the edge of Gotham, and nobody thinks that they could possibly be the Batmans, you know? And so... by not making them hot, you've removed the cartoonish suspiciousness of their characters. It's tragic, is what I'm saying. You fundamentally misunderstood. You don't understand the assignment. I'm sorry. Go back. Do it again. Not even A for effort. There's not enough effort here on display.
There's nothing to go on here. The gameplay doesn't even look that great. It looks like weak Arkham gameplay.
There are 4 characters, Ben. But you can only play with 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Which, the other bullshit, this is just Avengers all over again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, that's exactly what this is going to turn into. This is going to be another complete disaster like Avengers.
Yeah, absolutely. Games as a service horseshit, probably. And just like, no, you don't understand.
And they're gonna keep trying to throw out new characters, and no one, like, the hype is going to get progressively worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, conceptually, when I heard of it, I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a Batman game without Batman. But the more and more you see of the game, it's like, oh no, never mind. I don't want this, actually. I would like you to take this back to the store.
Yeah. You put too many features into this. Take them out. I did not ask for these features.
Yeah, after a certain point, the feature bloat just reduces an entire video game into gray mush, you know? So no, I do not like it. I will not be playing this. I mean, I'm not really much of a triple A game person anyways, anymore. So, like, this especially is just, it is definitionally just triple A goop.
Yeah, it's that. It's that stat screen is the exact same screen I've seen in a million other games. Yeah,
absolutely. They were just like, what if we just made a video game that has everything in it, and what you get is a video game that is just nothing. It looks bad.
Yeah.
So, oops.
But that is it.
Oh, that was easy.
That is all the news we have for now.
We're free of news. Well, at least maybe someday they'll make a new Deus Ex game.
Maybe. Like, this is one of those things where, like, this is one of the rare situations in which, like, a company being sold to another company is a objectively good thing.
Yeah, like, for the most part, this seems like a net benefit for everybody, and because, like, Square Enix obviously doesn't know what to do with their Western studios and cartoonishly mismanages them at every single turn. And, like, obviously nobody at the Western studios is happy because they're being, like, cartoonishly mismanaged. So maybe everybody can be happy this way. As long as the NFT debacle doesn't raise my Final Fantasy XIV sub, I'm fine. So, do whatever you want with your ill-gotten gains, frankly.
All right, so that'll do it for us. Thank you to Broke for Free for use of background music. You can follow me on Twitter at thegorgepodcast. You can follow Sara at radioinactivity. And you can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to Sara talk some more to other people, you can listen to her other podcast.
I do a lot of talking all of the time. In fact, I never shut the fuck up. Maybe someday. Hey, I'm in another podcast called Big Gay Nerds, where me and a bunch of cool queer friends get together and we play tabletop games. We play a lot of different systems. We have a lot of different stories kind of running. Right now, we're playing Masks, A New Generation. It's one of my favorite games. It's a system where we play as young superheroes trying to kind of find their way in a complicated world. It rules. We have a robot Catboy. And frankly, isn't that what everybody wants in their life? A pink robot Catboy? Of course you do. So come listen to us. We're Big Gay Nerds, wherever you can find your podcasts. And yeah, thanks.
All right, that'll do it for us.
No, but really, I'm out of ideas because I've already said fuck Brandy Pitchford. I've already said fuck Cliffy B. And I've already said fuck Bobby Kotick. So you're going to have to give me something this time, man.
Fuck Marvel. Fuck the 616 timeline. It's all it is asking. Don't read them ever.
Don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't read Western comics.
What? How do I get into comics? You don't.
You don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You missed your chance. Okay. You had your chance when you were 3 years old, and now you can't. It's not worth it. Find some good isolated stories. I'm
gatekeeping you, but not because I think I'm better than you. I'm gatekeeping you for your own sake, for your health. I am being a gatekeeper.
I'm gatekeeping you like I gatekeep the tiger cage. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not letting you into the tiger enclosure so that you don't get killed.
I'm trying to protect you from being mauled by tigers. Now, if you want to go past the gatekeeper and climb in behind my back, now that's on you. But if you come out and say, "But I was mauled by tigers," I will say that was why there was a gatekeeper. You know, we're trying to help you here, people.
Go read Ultimate Spider-Man. Go read Spider-Man Life Story. Go read Miss Marvel. Read something that is not connected to anything else.
Read all of IDW1 Transformers, not IDW2, unless Last Bot Standing ends up being good. We'll find out tomorrow.
We will, yeah. I'll report on that tomorrow.
Yes, if it's any good. If it actually is IDW1 Hot Rod, like everybody is saying it might be, which would be fucked up.
I will. I will be talking about that on our next roundup for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How I enjoyed issue 1 of Last Bot Standing.
We're gonna find out real soon. But anyway, the point is, don't read comics. You know. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.